Hi, I'm Alan Sagano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and thanks a lot for viewing this video presentation on server virtualization. So, in physical versus virtual servers, prior to virtualization, often you'd have separate physical servers that were dedicated to a single task, like you might have a separate file server, mail server, terminal server, SQL server, and web server. The concept of actually virtualization has originated with mainframes in an operating system called VM, which stood for virtual machine. So basically, with virtualization, you can have multiple virtual computers running inside the same host. It's kind of like a computer running inside of a computer, and each virtual server runs in its own separate environment that's segregated from the host server and other virtual server guests. So here's an example of what you might see on a virtual server host. You might have a virtual file server, Exchange server, domain controller, SQL server, an IIS server. So you'd have 5 VMs or virtual machines running on the same physical host. With this, the current generation of hardware makes virtualization very, very practical because it is so powerful. It does represent a quantum leap in performance. You have multi-core processors. You can now get a server that has like 24 cores, which is scary. And then if it's hyper-threaded, it's actually 48 cores. Increased memory capacity. Current servers now can hold up to 1.5 terabytes of RAM, which is a lot. Also, flash storage really speeds up disk access on virtual server hosts. So the performance is definitely there. And oftentimes, if you don't virtualize, the processing capabilities of a new server just basically goes to waste. So virtualization does allow you to leverage the performance gains of these new servers. Other benefits include reduced hardware costs, simplified disaster recovery, easier backup and restore, especially of mission-critical VMs like Exchange and SharePoint and SQL Server. You can fast provision new VMs. You can have a fully patched ready-to-go VM created from scratch in a virtual environment in about 7 or 8 minutes. And if you're not a good IT admin, it might take you 10 minutes. It's pretty amazing. The other huge advantage is that the VMs are not tied to specific hardware hosts. So basically, the virtualization software like VMware or VMware's vSphere or Hyper-V, Microsoft's Hyper-V, will create what's called a hardware abstraction layer so that the VMs always see virtualized hardware. They don't actually see the physical underlying hardware of the host. The advantage of that is that you can move a VM from one physical host to another host, and as long as you're running the same virtualized platform, it'll run and start without any problems. So for more information on how your company can benefit from virtualization, you can reach me, Alan Sagano, and my phone number is area code 310-541-8584. I'm at extension 100, and then use the Find This Person Now feature to have it forward on the call onto my cell phone. Or you can email me, Alan Sagano. My email address is asugano@adscon.com. Thanks a lot for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.